Okay, it looks like we're live here. Hi everyone, it's Marvel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate you all. Let me take the time to give a special shout out to every single one of you that has been a part of this family. You guys helped me reach that 1,000 subscribers. That really means a lot. I have the pleasure to let y'all know that the channel is now currently monetized, so it's time to go hard and make that YouTube money, right? And I'm not going to be able to do so if you guys do not support me. Your likes, comments, sharing the videos is always helping with the YouTube algorithm. And that's how we get this channel go forward and be successful. I can't do it alone. I need y'all support. Without further ado, let's go straight to today's video. Okay, so I got some ideas on how to help you or help all of us use our 2021 income um, tax return wisely. As far as, I'm talking about Congo investments, all right? So some of us find it so difficult to come up with the money to start any type of investment, right? But in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can wisely use your 2021 income tax return to start either a business or an investment in the country. For those of you that have kids or who have a claimant, somebody that you claim on your income tax return, I give you a little over, 3, 4, even 5 grand, because we all know that unless if you're trying to go full scale and just go big, you don't really need crazy amount of money to start any type of investment in, these African countries, right? Or at least in my case in Congo. This real Congolese watching this video, this is probably for you. If you're not, but you're still interested in the information, feel free to hit that like button and also participate in the chat. All right. So usually when I go live, I don't really wait for people to show up right away. I just throw my life out there. If you happen to catch this video later on, just feel free to listen to the information and help your boy to hit that like button to break the YouTube algorithm. All right. So let's get straight back to the video. Okay. In this video, I am going to tell you exactly what y'all need to do with your 2021 income tax return. So if you're building a house or you are planning to build a house in a Congo, you still don't know how to go about it, what to do, all right, I got some news for you. You know that income tax refund check that you're waiting from the IRS? That money should be sufficient to go start something. Some of you probably need a push, need some type of motivation, need to see somebody getting something done to actually lift you up and motivate you enough to go and do it. Well, I'll tell you what. All right, I'm gonna do it a kind of challenge. All right, 2022, I should be flying to Kinshasa to get my things done. I should be flying to Kinshasa to actually do something with my income tax return money. And I am going to share all of that experience with you guys because everything I do now on YouTube, I'll bring it to your screen. So you better hope, but you better make sure that you keep those notifications turned on so when those videos release, you get them, all right? So guys, your income tax return should be used to start your investment in the country. I don't care what you do with your money. Like I always say in my videos, I am more towards farming, and that's what my money is going to be used for. But I'm not going to tell you yet what I'm planning on doing with the money within the farm, but I got a couple of projects coming up, so, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be exciting, and I can't wait till that time comes when I'm in Kinshasa and show you guys what I'm going to be using this money for. And I think this is worthwhile. Let's just say that we are working on the projects to make other resources like water available around the farm. I'll just skip it at that. So if you know what that means, you probably will have 50% clue of what I'm talking about. Okay, so when it comes down to building a house, you probably have purchased the land. You're not so sure, you think the cost is too high. The engineer gives you the estimates how much money is going to cost you to build that house. Well, I'll tell you what, I always encourage people on this channel, especially the Congolese living in the diaspora who are planning to go invest or build in the country, to always make the sacrifices, just get on the airplane, fly home, and get things done. Because if you want to rely on people, you send a couple of $1,000. Some of them may probably be helpful. They will help you out. I'll move forward, but they're probably not going to be helping you 100% or care as much as you would if you were the only one involved in the process. Because one thing I've learned over the course, I'd say, of 3, maybe 4 years of flying back and forth, is I have learned something that every single time I went back to the country, I became more familiar with the system, at least in terms of what I have been doing in my farming journey. Okay, I know the prices of a lot of things. I know places where to get these things from. So it's really, really difficult for somebody to actually lie to me on prices of certain things, especially that is used around the farm. Guess what? Because I've been flying more often to know enough to know when somebody is trying to lie to me or scam me, in its matter. And also, I'm always consistently in communication with people, always asking them questions about what's going on and what I should do, what I'm about, what I should prepare for. And 9 times out of 10, let's just say that I want to, bring some new project into my farm, but I haven't done it before. I'll talk to my guy, and I have my guy go talk to the guy who's probably going to be the one performing the task for me, right? Then I will ask for the phone number. I will speak with them depending on the cost of whatever it is that I'm trying to do around the farm. If I feel like the cost is a little bit high, even though I have the money to afford it, I am going to eye weigh the possibility of flying over to get it done, me physically being there, and then fly back, or it's worth sending the money, one or the other. So I always trying to you know, think it through before I make the final decision. And I've had emails and conversation where I had videos that I released a couple days ago where people agreed with me on issues of sending money to family members or friends to do your investments, right? But people always get this twisted. And I always tell people, like, listen, nobody got your arm twisted. You can make decisions however you want it to. You have your vision. You know what you want to do with your money. But sometimes people just need this type of motivation in order for them to be able to go back home and start the investments, right? I'm pretty sure there are a lot of Congolese there out there in the diaspora who have the money, but they don't have anybody to trust. They don't know how to start. They don't know how to go about it. Well, yeah, I'm here to encourage you, not only talking about these things, but I also have proofs to back this up. You go to my YouTube channels, I got like a lot of videos where I'm working around a farm, and I'm encouraging people. I'm giving you insights on things that I'm doing, because I would not do something or ask someone to do something that I wouldn't do myself. All right. So we're talking about investment here. The best way I personally believe that we're going to help that country build its economy through the people, or even this younger generation, is by having more Congolese in the diaspora coming back home to invest, whether in real estate or farming or movie industries, whatever you can think of, or something that you're good at that you believe can bring employment and actually help this new generation to learn new skills, actually making it possible for them to do something better for themselves moving forward. I'm all for it. All right. Not everybody is interested in doing farming or following the path that I'm on, but we all have different interests. But generally speaking, we have something in common. That, at least that one I can think of. Because if I'm more into investing in agriculture, but somebody else is more involved into real estate or transportation or any other industry out there, I encourage those actions. Why? Number one, because it's going to expand the network. The network, that's what keeps us growing together. I can't do everything by myself. I mean, I have a farm, right? And I'm producing them, around my farm. I'm doing what I can do on my farm, but I can't provide transportation and at the same time, actually treating the animal when they need treatments and doing all of that. That's why we need a vet. We need someone who has, you know, actually means to provide transportations. All right, so that is how we are going to be able to network and expand this for the future growth. Because if we just sit around and just talk about this and not and actually not doing anything about it, we're not really helping our community, and now we're not really helping ourselves. The best way we can ever make this happen is if like we start connecting with each other. All right, okay, I got a farm. Do you have a means of transportation that you can provide in order for us to actually work together and bring this product to the market as as much as possible? So in order for me to spend extra thousands of dollars, looking to buy a vehicle to transport my goods to the destination or to the location it's supposed to go to, somebody else already got me covered. And if that person is Congolese investing, let's just say in transportation, guess what it just did? Is actually lifting burden off my back and trying to do some side hustle to save enough money for the transportation means to move my products from one location to another. That's what you call nerd networking. If we can do that, I don't really see how we can fail. But one thing, though, when I have this conversation with other Congolese folks, here in the States, at least in my community, you will see people that have actually business motivations. They have reasons to believe in investing in one area or in one sector or another, but then they don't want to collaborate with other people. But then when you ask them a question, so why wouldn't you trust your other Congolese folks to actually bring something better? They will tell you, well, it's a trust issues. But what I got a news for you: as long as we are going to continue to have these trust issues among us, we will never ever be able to make it or even move forward, as to speak. Because if you don't trust somebody, there is no way that you can actually make it happen or make it, because it's just impossible. You can do everything by yourself. We need one another. We need each other. Listen, what I do on my channel, I share it on my YouTube channel, right? I actually talk with people and walk them through and tell them the process and how I have been able to do the things that I did around my farm. People that are willing to get into farming, and when they see this information, they want to do exactly what I'm doing, but because they don't know, guess what they do? They will reach out to me and I will tell them exactly what they need to do. That's how we are going to help each other. I do understand not everybody has the guts to be on YouTube. Not everybody wants to be seen on television. Not everybody has the skill to actually sit in front of the camera having this type of conversation. It always takes one person to do that. I was inspired to do this because I believe there are so many Congolese out there that are willing to do business, but they don't know where to start. I myself don't know everything. I'm still struggling with, networking and, acquiring information, but with the people that I have around me and the faith that I have in what I am doing, that's why it's making most of the things that I'm doing possible. In the process, I'm learning so many more things, and is helping those that don't know. And if people want to acquire information on how to get started, they have the information available on my YouTube channel, because I talk about those things, okay? And if I don't know anything, I'll tell you straight from the grip that I don't know, but maybe I'll try to speak to somebody who probably is well-rounded in that area to help us all make better decisions. That's how we are going to make things happen. I am challenging every single one of you. Your 2021 income tax return should be used to start an investment in the Congo in 2022. Look at me. Watch out for the videos that I got coming up, maybe in a couple of days, where I am going to be sharing with you what my 2021 income tax return will be used for, to motivate some of you to go out there and use your money for something greater. Because if we keep talking about investment and not doing anything about it, I don't really think how we're going to succeed. A lot of people, I do understand the risks involved in starting a business or doing business, but it's okay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's just how it works. If you're not taking risks, there is no way or there is no guarantee you will even be able to make it. Risk takers are most likely to succeed because they accept and understand the risk and the challenges in front of them, but they understand there is something much greater right above those challenges. As soon as you break those challenges and overcome these difficulties, you will see a brighter future right in front of you. That is the one thing that many people who are trying to get into business or who are planning on investing in a country, they have that issue because they look, both sides are like, all right, what if I lose the money that I've worked so hard for? What if the money that I've saved for the past 5 or 10 years? What if I do this and it doesn't work out? Well, guess what? You will never get anything done by just sitting there and continuing to complain and, you know, asking yourselves many questions whether it's going to work or no, because somehow you will have to take those risks whether you like it or not. This is just in the nature of doing business. There has never been, maybe they have, but not that I know of, someone who started a business straight right away, learned everything, and just do everything 100% right and never complained or, went through some type of loss. We've all been there. And we're probably still going to be making more mistakes. But guess what? A mistake is an opportunity to learn and go back, do something better from what you have previously done that didn't work out. And that's how you are going to be able to do more things, helping you help others join your squad and also make better decisions. That's how it works. You're not going to believe how many losses that I went through when I first started my farm. Guess what? Because I did not know what I was doing, but I knew I wanted to do something. Farming being an area of my interest, I knew I wasn't aware of the expenses that go into it, but somehow I had a pretty good feeling about starting farming, and I did so. I had the gut to start what I have started. In the beginning, I went through a lot of challenges, and I'm still going through challenges. But I tell you what, 2 years ago and today, I have been made a lot of progress. Trust me, I've learned a lot of things, and the mistakes made in the past are not going to be made again because I've already been there and done that. The only mistakes that I have to watch out for are in the area I have not gotten there yet. Until I get there and I learn those mistakes, that's what is going to make me better. But if I just sit around and just worry, I'm so fearful of, failing, I probably never would have been able to buy the land to begin with. I never probably would have been able to actually use the money that I worked so hard for to invest into buying animals. And now I have pigs running around healthier and they're doing much better. I never would have had those. So now we're in the process of breeding the second round. And I'm not even sure if it's going to be 8 or 10 or even more. I've discussed all of these issues on my channel where I know I have pigs now, they're growing, they're going to expand. So now I need a place to have them. I need to build a barn. I need to do something because when they give the second birth, I'm probably not going to have a shelter for them. So now what do we do from here? Like, what are we do from here? This is exactly what I'm going to do. I get that income tax return money from 2021, right? Fly back home and build something. Build a borehole to have the water available within the farm, because my farm is located in the area where you can only fetch water on these local potholes that, powder wells that they've built, right? Where you can go fetch for water and bring it back to the farm. But I guess like with the transportation, you have to spend gas, driving a motorcycle and grabbing, water. You have to do, a couple of turns. But if you don't have that means of transportation, it's not going to be able to get done. But by building a borehole, on the other hand, not only that it makes water available within the farm, but it also actually help out with the plants that I have growing within my farm. We all know that around dry season, we don't get a lot of rain in the country because of our tropical weather that we have, right? So having that water available, not only that it makes it easier for me to even water my plants during dry season, it's also enabling my ability to go beyond what I have been able to do. You guys will not understand the challenges of owning a farm in an area where the roads are great, but water is not available. Like there are a couple of farms around where mine is located, you know, where they have built boreholes, but they will never let anybody not from there, at least nobody that they don't know, to fetch water from their farm. And I understand that. I get it. They want to keep people away because you don't know who has what other people have in mind, what they're thinking to do. Exactly why I am going to build my own, so that I don't not always depend on somebody else's. That's exactly what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. Some of you may not know that I'm into law enforcement. By the way, I'm a deputy sheriff. I'm just going to hide my name. That's why I wear this badge, and I wear this. I'm actually at work at break time, but this uniform doesn't really mean anything to me. You know what I mean? What means a lot to me is my investment back home. I believe, like, I did what I had to do, right? This is the career I wanted to get into. But the fact that it's a 9 to 5 job, this is really not what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. What I want to do, though, I want to be able to walk around my farm, look left and right, and see animals, and having customers and having clients coming through my farm, buying goods that I'm able to produce. That's what's going to bring joy into my heart. That's what's going to lead me to say that one day that I wake up in the morning, I say, you know what, I made it. And I don't have to be a millionaire. I don't have to make millions. If the efforts that I am doing will lead me to become a millionaire, so be it. But is that the first thing that I'm targeting? Absolutely not. What I'm targeting for is success. Okay? And I want all other Congolese to be just as successful as all these other guys doing business. But we are not going to get there unless we have the guts to stand up and actually use our money wisely where it's supposed to go. I've talked about this and I will never stop talking about it. Depending on the Congolese government to do the things that we're supposed to do, you will have to wait your entire life, and that's never ever going to happen. I bet you can wait for generations, for administration, for regime change, and you will never see anything getting done. The only way we can make progress, the only way we can uplift the next generation, the young people of the Democratic Republic of Congo, to encourage them into, entrepreneurship and all this good stuff, is by us leading the example. People like us need to fly to the country more often. Don't just go in there flashing your clothes, showing the skinny jeans that y'all be wearing, or sneakers and all that bull crap that nobody wants to see. First of all the clothes that we buy here, we don't even wear them here, for God's sake. All right? Because as soon as you put them on, nobody's there is not even going to look at you like that. It doesn't matter what type of car you drive, because we know everybody can wake up one morning and walk to a car dealership and get the type of car that they want to drive, the dream car, right? But you only want to show off when you go to the country. No, we don't need people like that. We need people that's actually able to bring something more beneficial. We need people who are able to bring jobs, who are able to build the community in which we all grew up in. I'm from a community where I grew up in, and I would like to see the younger generation in our community to do good for themselves. You know what I mean? And if we all don't have that mindset, trust me, we are not going to be able to do anything for our own community, and we will continue to cry day and night how the government is screwing us over. Hell, what government in the world that they've always done good for their people? Not one. The last time I checked, United States of America is the richest country on earth. But if you follow the U.S. politics, you will understand how just broken the system is, how they've been screwing over their own people, their own population. This is just what it is. You'll be surprised to see how many people are homeless here in America. Not because they don't have jobs, because they have jobs, but they're not making enough money to survive through the streets. That's why the best way to actually make ends meet is by sleeping in their cars, and not because they cannot afford these apartments. God, check it that the housing markets nowadays is ridiculous. A lot of people working two jobs, they still can't make ends meet. And you want to tell me to stay in a country that's treating their own people like that when I have options, when I have money that I can use to start building step by step? I'm not being sponsored by anybody, but I know damn sure that with the little bit of the money that I make and the wisdom that I use to save my money to actually put it through good use, that's what going to uplift me and making it possible for me to be successful and accomplish my everlasting future goal that I have in my mindset. So I believe all the Congolese in the diaspora have to join in this force and build our country. We are the only ones that's going to build it, and we are the only one that's ever going to be able to make that happen. If you agree with this message, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. I already told y'all what I'm going to be using my money for this 2022. You better hope that something happens to me, which I doubt it will, because we are Christian. I pray God that nothing happens to me so I can see my farm, go forward, so I can see my farm succeed, so that all the haters out there that are wishing me wrong, that are wishing everything I'm doing not to succeed, they can be our witness to one time and come and say, bro, I didn't believe you when we first started this, but you made it. I'm all for that. So as long as we all hold our hands, we hold hands each other, this is just going to be possible. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really do appreciate it. This is just probably my first live since I've reached the 1,000 subscribers. And I appreciate all of y'all coming out, watching this. Please share the video, like, and spread the message. Until the next video, I'll see all of you guys later. Peace. Oh, how I end the chat anyway. So I'm not even sure how to end the chat. First time trying this, but I'm trying, all right? All right, actually, since I'm trying to figure out how to get off of this chat, I'm going to be answering, joining the live chat. Let me see.